lead the discussion, if you would.
Sure. All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. The Grip Guys. I'm Ricardo Magni, and that in all the way from Austin, Texas, is Clay Edgin. And we happen to be having.
Hold on. I've known you for like 6 years, and you can't say my last name right.
What did I say?
Did you say Edgin?
No.
Okay. It sounded like you said, because you say Edgin Clay. Edgin Clay to mock me in front of the Russians, but then you say Clay Edgin to mock me in front of the rest of the world. Anyways, right, go on, do your thing.
Anyway, yes. So welcome everyone, and we have two fantastic guests here. We have one of the top arm lifters in the female side of all time, Amy Wattles, and then her new training protege, Dani, up in Idaho in the dark, ready to listen and participate for our crazy question and answers. So, Clay, why don't you begin?
So, Amy, those who have been around strongman for a while in Highland Games and stuff and powerlifting, they know you as kind of like a veteran badass. But for those who are kind of new to knowing who you are and your kind of involvement in strength sports, will you give us a little bit of a rundown of how long you've been competing and what you've done and all those fun things?
Okay. My first strongman competition, I started with strongman. So my first strongman competition was in 2004. And out of the ladies, it's actually really fun because there's still a core group of us who were at that first competition who are still competing. Names like Lacey Hughes, Lisa Cromer, Jan Hagedorn, Dawn Richards in Utah. She kind of comes and goes from strongman. So I've been competing in strongman since 2004. I have gone to the World Strongwoman Championships in Poland. Have some national titles at Highlander, grip, Moss Wrestling. And then 2 years ago, maybe, sorry, I'm kind of confused because it seems like forever ago. 2 years ago, I finally won my pro card. So I'm a heavyweight pro. I've won America's Strongest Woman. Maybe... Are we on 10 years? It can't be 10 years since I started doing grip. I don't even know. So I crossed over to grip. I just wanted a new challenge. Honestly, I used to read all the forums, and there was never much discussion about women. So I kind of lurked from afar, I guess. And then finally, circumstances came around that I started competing. I've been to some of Ode's shows. Part of Team Elite FTS, and we own an athletic performance center where we have some Olympians, pro athletes, strength athletes, and I'm a teacher and mom.
Wow, you are very, very busy and very well accomplished. And Dani, are you a teacher as well? Is that what I heard from Amy?
Yeah.
What do you guys teach?
I teach special ed, so high school study skills is what I'm doing currently.
Mm-hmm.
I teach PE at an alternative school in Caldwell.
Okay, and Ricardo, you're also a teacher?
I am. As you know, I'm a high school science teacher. So, Clay, you're outnumbered 3-1. Probably we'll all have some homework for you at the end of the show.
Well, I like my chances because we probably all went to public schools, so we're probably all, here anyways. No, actually, I'm willing to bet the teachers, you guys actually went to real colleges and got degrees and things because you have to have that as a teacher. I went to a business school, and they can type 90 words a minute, which may play into my ability to crush things. Don't tell anybody. But I'm absolutely going to have to do like the name on the chalkboard. I will not forget my homework 100 times after all this.
Hey, that could be some active recovery, Clay, for your hands. That actually might be a good thing.
I don't know. You guys probably write all the time with pencils and that kind of stuff, but I write for like half of a page. I fill out a thing at a doctor's office, and my hand starts to cramp. And I'm like, I'm a world-class athlete. This can't be happening to me. I'm like writhing in agony, cramping up because I write my damn name 10 times.
Well, we all have our struggles, Clay. Thank you for sharing that little one. So, hey, Amy and Dani, why don't you tell us about the latest Idaho grip contest you guys have cooking here in November?
In November, the Sunday before Thanksgiving, and I'm sorry, I don't know the date offhand. Do you know the
November
date?
18th.
November 18th is Idaho Arm Lifting Challenge, and it's the first arm lifting competition here in Idaho. So I'm excited about that, and it's an opportunity. 3 of the 4 events are arm lifting event, or well, they all are. It's Rolling Thunder, double overhand axle, silver bullets, and Little Bighorn, I think. And so we're using that first one to kind of get Dani on the board and get her kind of training, get me on the board, and then train a little more seriously. And then in December, the end of December, we'll have another one.
Great.
Fantastic.
When you're talking about being on the board, you mean like the rankings and all that, right?
Like the rankings, correct.
So Amy, you guys have both looked at these already. Where do you think you guys would fit in that ranking of the existing athletes on there now? Kind of towards the top end of it?
Yes, that would be fair to say.
Just giving you a chance to be humble or also to slam it out of the park.
I'm just answering the question. Yeah. No, I'm actually kind of embarrassed to put my numbers on the board because it's been so long since I trained. Kind of once I got my pro card, I just kind of fell off the map, and stopped training. And I would go every now and then. So what we're going to do in November is probably based on strength. Well, we've been training 2 weeks now. Thanks to Dani, I'm being consistent. So I'm kind of embarrassed to put those numbers out because I think people are going to be like, oh, like she's really good.
So you're coming in as the sleeper, the new kid, veteran, unknown, world record holder. And then Dani, do you think Dani can beat you already? Is she training harder than you?
No, I'm impressed if I can pick up her warm-up weight. That's what's happening lately. So
you're doing good.
But I do get really excited about picking anything up. So I think I still bring a lot of enthusiasm, even though I have
us too. We love this shit. It's stupid. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it is really fun. And it's difficult. Like you make us do stupid things where you're picking up like this. And I always have a cheat finger that like helps out when you say just use 2 fingers. Yeah. I cheat at everything apparently, and I didn't know that until this sport. So that's been neat, I guess.
Learning a lot. See, I'm teaching you about you now too. So I'm
Did Dani introduce herself? She is very much worthy of an introduction.
Please, Dani, tell us about you.
Go for
I
it.
really enjoy picking shit up and trying new things.
Stop it.
I have to admit though, like I was really good at manual labor as a kid. So this stuff is like, it's just doing it with skill and not just running around crazy holding things. So
right, with strongman athletics, you're college athlete, D1 college athlete, go through the whole deal.
I used to do sports. I like them. Lately I got into this is really exciting news though. I got into flag football and I was never one of those
my God.
This is exciting.
Can I
she shits on me. You're not introduced.
No, you're not.
I'm doing a good job. Okay.
Wow.
Anyway,
imagine these training sessions, Clay.
I can be here for this.
It takes 3 hours for a 20-minute workout. But okay, so flag football has gotten real. So I did sports in college and stuff. I really liked it, and then I started playing flag football. I never watched.
Dani was a D1 soccer player, and
wow.
Doing it. Okay, no, track.
Yeah.
So and then
she did everything.
She's a phenom, and she's not going to tell you. And then
but flag football is what really matters. So I'm on this women's league, and we just play on Sundays. It's totally recreational, but I basically think I'm a professional athlete out there because I'm serious. I take it. We didn't even win a team.
Of course.
Exciting. So I didn't know anything about football, more or less flag football. I don't watch football or anything, and now I do. But yeah, my team got second this year, so pretty excited about that.
Congratulations! Yes.
Yeah, I learned that I can catch a ball sometimes. That's exciting. And then strongman was new to me. I started in 2015 and then got hurt, so it was very short-lived experience, but I loved it. And now grip is exciting because like the double overhand axle, I can actually deadlift now and push my grip to the complete max without hurting my back. So that's been really nice, and I'm very grateful that Amy got me involved in it.
Oh, you guys.
I know.
The part that you're leaving out is that she got her pro card, one of the first women that got her middleweight pro card, and then she won strongest woman in the world. What year?
2016.
So she has that behind her. And then your dumbbell. Holy cow. Have you ever seen her dumbbell press video?
No. We'll have to include that as part of the after show
bonus feature.
Bonus feature.
Okay, and the only reason that happened was because I got challenged by Mike Gill to do this CrossFit thing. So I did, it's called Grace, and it's 135 pounds, and you clean and press every freaking rep for like days, and it was miserable. And at the end of it, I realized that I'm like probably one of the most least athletic people I know. So I wanted to do max dumbbell because I enjoy maxing. So that's what stimulated the whole circus dumbbell max. I wasn't even going to do it, but I just got so devastated doing that Grace challenge that we ended up maxing.
Tell them what your max was.
Yeah, how heavy was the dumbbell? Come on.
167.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I like that.
I gotta go. I can't be here anymore. I'm gonna hold the bushes out of here.
I'm all about pressing. Pressing's my thing.
That was like 3 years ago. So as the women's weights have increased, even in that span of 3 years, I haven't heard anybody coming close to that number yet. Yeah. So yeah, she's crazy strong coming into this. So please don't let her be all humble and pretend like she's just out having a good time.
All right,
and
not being humble. I think I could have done a lot more the competition, that was right after the strongest woman in the world. And we did, I think it was 110 or 100 pounds or something for max reps in a minute, which is all cardio. And so I hadn't trained strength on the dumbbell the entire time. So that was my first time going actually heavy on the dumbbell. So
you mentioned, I know that for those who don't know, also Idaho is kind of like a hotbed for some you mentioned all these great strong women there. There's you two, and there's Lacey, there's Lisa.
Well, they're in Washington. So here in the valley, like where we're at, there's 4 pro, and so myself, Dani, Joanne Hagedorn, and then Rachel Pyron.
See, but to a guy from California, anything north of the border is like all one state, from like the ocean to like Minnesota-ish. We don't know it's kind of like flat, and there's like pump jacks all the way out there.
Is that how that works?
There's no beaches. We don't care about it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Now I live in Texas, and it's fucking raining every day, or it's 100 degrees. It can't make up its mind.
Yeah, that would be miserable. Is it pretty at least?
No.
Gotta have a nice view. So anyway, back to Idaho. That's pretty impressive. I mean, what do we have? Like 200,000 people in Boise? Oh, we got than that.
No idea.
I don't know. We're at about 500,000 maybe in the valley. I don't know. It's growing.
Wow.
But to have 4 of us, I think that's pretty insane, actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Amy, you were one of the top 7 women, even though you haven't competed in a hot minute, to get one of those invites to the Arnold. Are we going to see you in Columbus, you think, next March?
Absolutely. I guess I have 6 days to get my entry in, huh? And I will totally forget until you send an email again.
I'm going to text you every day. I have somebody else I'm texting, and I just copy the same thing, and it says, today's a great day to sign up for the Arnold, and I provided the link so she doesn't forget, because she'll forget every day.
I will.
Good work, Clay.
So I think the record now, Ricardo, the record for the axle and the women is, I think it's 288 or 290 now. Is that right?
Yeah, it's 289, I think, by that Ludmila from the Ukraine. I was there in 2014. Amy may or may not remember, but I was actually the referee that made you redo it the first time when you didn't hold it long enough.
Oh.
On my double overhands?
And then, and then you in San Jose, and then you got a little hostile, and then you did it again and held it and put it down. And then everyone agreed it was a good lift.
I'm sorry.
But I've had bigger, angrier people get hostile at me, like, so I was fine.
Oh, they don't get any bigger than that.
That's not okay to be disrespectful. I'm sorry if
I wasn't disrespectful. You were just slightly irritated that you broke the world record and I made you re-break it. So that's okay.
And I appreciate that, because that second rep was like in your face. Like, I got you. No problem.
And then you did the silver bullet as well. So obviously, I think even though you're being humble right now and you might say you're not in shape yet, I have a feeling by March you'll be ready to roll.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I'm excited to have some focus on events and some time to pull it together and see what I can really do.
Yeah. So it was all excited, and we get you, in the rankings, and you end up being one of the top 3 women. What do you think about going to St. Petersburg, Russia next year as part of the Team USA if you get that ranking spot?
That would be awesome, and it'll be a good time with Dani. Dani's got to be along with me, but no, that's both of my goals actually. Is to get to Russia and represent. I'm actually really nervous about Dani, because I'm not going to tell you what she did on the silver bullet, because I don't want to give away her secrets. But she beat me last week on the silver bullet.
Okay.
Right.
Ricardo and I have a name for that, when you're like, you want to be secretive about your grip feats. What's that word, Ricardo?
Griptic.
Gripped it, like cryptic and grip.
Oh, I was right.
Okay. Dani.
Write that down.
Write that down. Yeah, but that's exciting, Dani. I think if you just pretend the silver bullet is a big dumbbell, I think that's all you need to do then.
Just hold it over her head the whole
Just
time.
hold it. You can do it over her head like this. Yeah, who cares? Just
Eye contact.
yeah.
I do have a question. Is there a teen division just in local competitions?
Teen?
Teen, yeah.
Yeah, I think there is. I think
we haven't had. Yeah, go ahead, Clay.
Yeah, we haven't had any teens, I think, sign up yet. But you can make them, and we will put them. I'm sure that we'll include them.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had parent-teacher conferences this week, and one of my old students, came in asking me about just different strength sports, and I mentioned arm lifting. He's like, "Oh, I'd like to try that." I'm like, "Well, show up with 4 more friends, and we'll make it happen." So,
there you go. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So with the axle record at 289, the race to 300 pounds, to be the first one to pull 300 pounds on the axle is hot. We've got a few candidates, and we asked our tens of thousands of followers on Instagram to put in their thought as to who was going to be the first person to pull 300 pounds on the axle. And I've assembled the results here. We have Amy Wattles at the top, Becca Roberts, Ludmila from Ukraine, the current world record holder at 289, and then Ricardo in a wig at the very bottom. The results came in. Ricardo did not fare as well as he would have liked, I think.
Wow.
A strong contender, the current world record holder. She's only 11 pounds away, Becca Roberts, no disrespect, but tens of thousands of followers think maybe that Amy Wattles is going to be the first person to pull 300 pounds on the axle. So, Amy, there are tens of thousands of arm lifting fans who just found out about you, but already voted for you last week, are looking forward to seeing you in action.
I'm so excited.
Congratulations, Amy.
Thank you. I'm sorry, Ricardo. Maybe I could borrow your wig. I could use a little sprucing up for the occasion.
I'm not the one who likes to dress up like Clay with wigs and stuff, but I think who knows? Maybe sometime for pay-per-view we can have a deadlift contest against each other and see how it works. I'm sure that would be just as interesting. We'll get Clay to use his technical expertise to document it.
I'm going to fuck that up real bad. I'm not good at this stuff.
I do want to say, like, the 300-pound axle deadlift, changing the subject. I have a few like must-dos in my life, and that's one of them. So it's nice to bring it back to the forefront. But I do want to say, in all fairness, I have seen a training video of pro strong woman, Brittany Cornelius. I think she deadlifted like 325. It was on a Rogue axle. So I don't know.
Wow.
Apples and oranges. I don't know how similar they are. I don't know which axle it was, but that was legit. And hats off to her. I'd love to see her give that a shot. And I think she tore her calf at Strongest Woman in the World this year. So she's out right now.
Right. No, she's not. She's an arm lifter now. She's not out. She's ready to transition to arm lifting.
There you go.
Bring it. Let's go, Brittany. We found another sport for you. You don't have to be an athlete, even though you already are. I mean, I'm not. Ricardo's not. But you can get into this thing. Let's get you on an arm lifting meet and get you on a plane with us to Russia, and let's all go have a good time.
Exactly.
Wow.
So that's for her.
That's pretty impressive. I think the Rogue axle is a little thinner than the Iron Mind one, and it's certainly more grippy. The Iron Mind one is considerably slipperier. So I'm sure that's a fantastic poundage, but I think for most people it's about a 10, 15 kilo, those 20 to 30 pound difference. So
I put her right in the ballpark. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, very good. Well, I know it's almost bedtime for some people, and others have to grade papers. Others have to pick up their kids from different soccer practices and things. I don't want to cut the interview short. Is there anything that Amy, you're looking forward to getting into, or Dan, you're looking forward to experiencing in the sport before we let you guys go?
I'm just excited to be back and enjoying it. So, having a training partner is so huge, and having a fun training partner is even better. I've always loved grip, always loved training grip, but it was always me on my own. So I'm excited for me. I'm excited for Dani. I'm excited for Idaho. There's people out there interested, ready, and have been waiting for grip to make an appearance out here. So this is good.
It's fantastic. Ricardo and I have this thing where even though we aren't in the same time zone anymore, I'll watch these videos in the morning of what he's doing with the lift, and then I'll do like half a kilo more and send a video of him doing that. He calls me the big chipper now, which is kind of nice. Like, you know, I'm the big chipper. You know, it's like a term of endearment. And I don't have a plan for the day, but I just want to beat him by ½ kilo. If I can just keep him like right in his place every day, and I know we're friends.
Gotta show him who's alpha, right?
Yeah.
Play as alpha.
All right, so I'm so stoked that you guys came on tonight. Look, America and the whole world, girls that do grip stuff. Holy crap, what an amazing thing. It's not just guys in holy sweatpants in the bottom of a YMCA basement. It's actual girls. Look at the girls. There's no people doing grip stuff.
And I want to say, too, you guys are doing amazing things. Like, I'm lifting to say I'm very excited about my time. I love grip sport, too, but I feel not smart enough sometimes on some of the events. They're kind of technical, and there's variations and all those different things. Where lifting, it just keeps it simple and to the point, and people are willing to come and try it. So kudos to you guys. You're doing great things. Obviously, grip sport, I love grip sport too. I don't want to diminish what they're doing. Just for me personally, I was a little intimidated. I still am. I'm like, what's that lift? I don't know how to do that. So this kind of takes some of the brain work out for those of us less intelligent.
Well, we're just excited that we can make opportunities for people to compete all around the U.S. and then obviously go international and, you know, take our best and strongest people and show them over in Europe that we know how to lift a thing or two. And I think that's one of the exciting things of this thing as an organizer with Clay. That's one of the fun things.
That is cool. We're excited. Well done, guys. Well done.
It's been my goal since I was in Russia last year to put together like the American Dream Team, like the 92 Olympic basketball team with Jordan and Bird and everybody else. And I want to take all these, you know, we got to find like matching tracksuits and tearaway pants.
I was totally going to ask you that.
You know, all that. And I want to, my goal next year for the World Championships is to have that top spot with the team gold medal around her neck. And that's going to be the one that means the most to me, way more than my own performances. Still training hard, of course, but you know, we got lots of talent here in the U.S. and it's just now is the time for those who you know, we put out the call for the Arnold, for the rankings. You know, if you think you deserve a spot on the plane to Russia next year, let's get you in an arm lifting meet and let's punch that ticket. Let's do this thing. Let's bring lots of gold.
Exactly.
Awesome. And we are going to continue just for if there's any Idaho people thinking about it or setting Russia as a goal or international opportunities. I mean, there's going to be opportunities next year, obviously, for those who want to get on the board this year, come out and compete this month and next month. But keep training. You know, there's going to be competitions pretty consistent now that I have a training partner who will do it with me. Yeah.
I do want to mention one thing that you touched on earlier, kind of about feeling like maybe there's a more purpose in your training again. It's nice to feel competitive in a thing. I know I can relate to that when I was a little banged up with my knee and my tricep and all that. Grip was one thing I knew I could come back to all the time and train it hard and feel a little more relevant and like to be able to feel that push. And as a strength athlete, I think you need to be able to feel like you can push with some intensity in some direction. And if your body's not allowing you to carry 800-pound yokes on your back right now, you know, being able to strain under a rolling thunder or an axle or something like that is certainly like a nice substitution.
We're figuring out how to grunt really convincingly, like like it's strongman weights.
If we're not making it awkward, we're not having a good training session.
Eye contact, and it's the monkey face. Oh.
Wow.
We haven't focused on facial expressions yet,
We
just
need to work
noises.
on
So
that.
yeah,
It's like,
now we have new goals to spread them out.
An added dimension.
I'm here to help you guys. I'm here to coach you in any way I can.
That's legit,
Yeah.
like for sure.
That is seriously going into our notebook of goals.
Way to go, Clay.
Thank you. You just need a headband. Can we have headbands for Team USA too, please?
Oh yeah, we need to I need some Queer Eye fashion makeover for this team for sure.
Totally.
The French tuck shirts and the tearaway pants and the bandanas and everything.
That's gonna be a good time. And masters, you got some masters coming out and competing too. Sorry, I keep dragging you into conversation. But yeah, Lisa Cromer, I think, is gonna try and get on the board, and Lacey. So masters will be pretty well represented.
Fantastic.
I know there's some ladies out there too, but
Yeah.
Great.
I thought of Lacey and headbands came to mind. Yeah. Crocs and headbands and fanny packs.
Fanny packs. That was the missing element.
Exactly.
I have mine like around here somewhere. I swear to God, it's like near me. It's always near me. I'm gonna find it. That's gonna be the icon for the video this time around, isn't it? Because everybody's matching fanny packs for sure.
Team USA.
All right, we thank you once again for joining us this evening. I know you got some training to get into, and Ricardo has kids to pick up, and I've got naps to take because the baby's finally asleep. So thank you again. We'd love to have you guys on again. I'd love to watch your podcast and be on your podcast when you do one, because I'm sure the silliness kind of just like all the time with you two.
Kind of.
And we will see you at the Arnold in a few months. Once you get that entry in, and Dani, maybe we'll see you as well.
That's right.
Hard.
That's right. Keep training hard, and good luck in your contest coming up.
Thank you both very much.
Thanks,
All
guys.
right.
All right.
We got 167. Bam!